To chase supergiant sailfish, some weighing over 10,000 kilos and half the length of this ship, the crew must first
cast off lines. Get ready, boys. We're going after monster sailfish today.
With one order, the big ship leaves safety behind. Hours from shore, the sea turns wild and empty. The perfect stage for a showdown with sailfish so huge they can shake steel and drag a...
Check drags. No mistakes today. Drag set. The gear is dialed to the edge. One click too loose and the monster escapes.
A curtain of giant baits trails behind the ship over a sheer underwater cliff. A shimmering highway built to tempt.
Far below the wake, a supergiant sailfish slides in from the depths, a living torpedo of muscle and sail. In an instant, the giant makes its move, flaring its massive sail and smashing the bait, loading the line with the raw acceleration of a hunting missile.
We're on! Giant sailfish! Lock in! Hooked up!
The first hit of the day isn't a warm-up, it's a full-force charge.
Look at the size of it!
The sea monster answers the hook with a warning shot, launching half its 10,000-kilo bulk into the sky.
Keep that tip up, don't let him breathe!
Even with a chair and a harness, hanging onto a monster sailfish feels like trying to stop a freight train with your bare hands.
Clear those lines! Move! Move!
The giant doesn't just run away, it slashes across the ship's path, forcing the captain to spin tons of...
Every leap is both a threat and a warning, the mega sailfish tail walking straight at the ship, as if daring the crew to keep holding on.
Minutes stretch into agony as the rod pulses and groans, every surge from the giant sailfish threatening to snap thousands of dollars of gear like a twig.
He's hitting the boat! Keep that line clear!
The monster isn't just running, it's attacking back, ramming the hull like a living battering ram to shake loose the hook.
Down below, the hook holds fast despite the impact, steel against bone in a brutal tug-of-war between the sea giant and the ship that dares to drag it in.
Crank! Crank! Don't let him rest! He's still green!
Sometimes it takes 3 sets of hands to move a fish this... When the school starts gaining instead of losing, hope returns. But the smoking reminder that this battle is burning...
Leader man ready! Don't wrap your hand!
As the monster's sail breaks the surface right beside them, the crew knows one mistake...
Hold him! Hold him!
At the rail, the fight turns personal. A thrashing, spear-billed beast trying to beat its way free inches from the crew's boots.
Rod's gone! Rod's gone!
The giant hits with one last violent surge, and the rod finally gives up, snapping under the strain.
Harpoon team, move! Now! Take the bow! Harpoon! Harpoon! Harpoon!
With the rod destroyed, the only way to keep this monster is to step up the fight, steel harpoon against a living wall of muscle and sail.
Hit! Good hit!
The shot lands deep in the giant's shoulder, turning the fight into a brutal tug-of-war between a supergiant sailfish and the full steel weight of the ship.
Easy on the winch! Let him run a little!
For a moment, it feels like the fish is towing the vessel instead of the other way around. The harder way around.
Tweets. Even wounded and tethered by 2 lines, the monster refuses to surrender, throwing all 10,000 kilos into one...
Whoa! 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 Steady pressure, don't jerk it!
At last, the giant rolls beside the ship, too big to lift by hand. A towering shadow of sail...
Easy! Easy! Keep him clear of the rail!
It takes a crane normally used for cargo to lift this one fish over the rail.
We got him! We got him!
When the monster finally hits the deck, the impact shakes the whole ship.
Laid out beside the men who beat it, the sailfish looks unreal. A half-ship-length monster that makes even big humans look small and fragile.
No time to rest, boys. Reset the spread. There are more out here. Hey, Captain! He's heavier than a car!
Even dead weight, the supergiant is almost too big to move. A living freight load that takes every ounce...
The icy belly of the big ship begins to fill. One ultra-giant sailfish resting beside others that would...
Back on the edge, same line. Giants are here today. Instead of slowing down after landing monsters, the crew does...
Another veteran of countless battles moves in. A scarred giant sailfish with half a tail still powerful enough to outrun most boats.
Hooked up! He's huge!
Double! Double! Keep them apart!
Now it's not just one monster, but two, each giant sailfish trying to tear off in a different direction.
Come on, give me something back! Don't let that sailfish beat ya!
Fighting one giant sailfish is bad enough. Fighting...
He's ramming us again!
Every time it hammers the hull, the message is the same. A warning from a wild animal that refuses to be dragged quietly onto steel.
Focus on the one we still got! Ah!
In big game hunting, sometimes the ocean takes its share. One giant sailfish wins its...
The remaining giant feels almost heavier now, its weight doubled by the knowledge that it's the last connection to this round's glory.
On my count. 1, 2, 3! Pull! 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 He's on! He's on!
It takes 3 men working like one machine to muscle another supergiant sailfish out of the water.
Side by side, the giants turn the deck into a gallery of sea monsters, each fish long enough to make the big ship feel suddenly smaller.
We risk the storm, we stay on them.
Worth it for giants like these.
Most crews would head home with a load like this, but big sailfish hunters know storms can wake up the biggest monsters along the deep edges.
Another one! He's in the spread!
I got you! Don't let go!
The sea tries to rip both man and fish away from the ship, turning the fight into a test of balance, grip, and raw willpower.
No slack! Hold that pressure!
Even as the surface rages, the giant below uses the chaos to its advantage, diving harder, pulling heavier, making...
That rod's gonna snap.
Not yet, not on this fish.
Even with the world tearing itself apart around it, the monster still has enough fury left to launch into the sky and try to beat the hook free with sheer rage.
No! No! He's off!
After a brutal, endless battle, the rod finally fails. The storm winning this...
You gave it everything. We'll get the next one.
They don't turn back. Instead, they rebuild stronger, resetting their spread over the same brutal waters where a giant just beat them.
Next one that big, we stick them fast.
Yeah, no more freebies for those monsters.
Just when they think they've already seen the biggest this ocean holds, an even larger sailfish appears. A true...
This one's huge! Strap in.
From the first second, everyone on board feels it. This isn't just another giant sailfish.
All ahead! We're not losing this one!
The giant runs like a speedboat, greyhounding across the chop with such insane power that the ship can barely keep up.
Every muscle burns, every nerve screams, but if he lets go, the one true sea giant of this trip will vanish into memory instead of history.
Keep that line off the keel!
Nobody quits till that sailfish hits the deck.
A-Y-E! Ah! Come on, big boy, show yourself!
They know this fish is too big to lose to a failed rod again. When it comes up, the harpoon will be waiting.
Bow shot! Get ready!
Oh! Harpoon ready! Slow winch. Let him give it up, don't rip it out.
After a battle that's pushed both man and machine beyond their limits, the true king of the sailfish finally begins to rise toward the world above.
It's too big for any normal lift. Only the ship's cargo crane can haul this monster's bulk over the rail without tearing the gear apart.
We did it!
Stretched along the deck, the ultra-giant looks impossible. A sailfish so huge it takes up half the ship's working space and defies belief even as they stand on it.
That's the biggest sailfish this ship has ever seen.
Look at that! That's insane!
The numbers confirm what their aching bodies already knew is a once-in-a-lifetime.
The king of the giants finally disappears into the frozen darkness of the hold, its weight tipping the scales of this trip from good to unforgettable.
That's it for the hunt, boys. Turn her for home.
Tomorrow, we start turning those monsters and we can eat. The battle on deck is over, but another kind of work. I thought that last one was gonna snap my spine, but...
Worth it, though. You saw the size of that sail. Bodies finally give out, bones and muscles spent. But in their sleep, the giants still leap.
With first light, the crew comes face to face with their trophies once more, seeing just how much sea monster muscle they have to carve through.
Fillet crew on deck! Let's cut this beast down! Ah!
Knives replace hooks as the crew starts the final phase of the hunt, slicing into dense sailfish flesh that fought them with every fiber yesterday.
The work is still hard and messy, but now the violence has purpose. Each clean fillet a reward
Woo! That's more meat than most crews bring home for a whole trip.
Box by box, the cold room turns into a treasure vault of sailfish. Each pan of meat a memory of bent rods, broken gear, and roaring engines.
Didn't think we'd land that big one, but here he is.
Now the giants trade the wild chaos of the open ocean for the controlled fire of the galley, massive sailfish steaks becoming the centerpiece of a hard-earned feast.
When that meat hits the grill, every bruise and burn suddenly feels worth it. The smell of cooking sailfish washing away hours of strain and struggle.
Whoa. Whoa. That's monster wit.
From grill to oven to stew pot, every part of the supergiant sailfish becomes something to share.
Grab a seat, boys. Tonight we eat the monsters that tried to break us.
The taste is richer than they remember, flavored by fatigue, relief, and the knowledge that these giants didn't come easy.
He was D-H-I-S, high A, out of the water. Liar! To the crew who didn't quit, and to the biggest damn sailfish this ship has ever seen. Cheers! The toast isn't out just to the catch, but to the fight.
Full bellies replace empty arms, and for the first time in days, the ocean outside feels calm instead of threatening.
Enough sailfish here to feed an army.
You know we'll never see another one that big.
Or maybe there's one even bigger out there. The hunt might...
In a world of secrets, these coordinates are treasure, a hidden ink mark on the map, where a true sea giant...
From far above, the ship is just a pinprick of light in the dark, carrying stories of...
Land returns at last, but the ship doesn't ride like when it left. Now it moves lower, heavy with the weight of giants packed in ice below.
So, did you find the monsters? Did you find your monsters? You'll see.
What started as wild fury and flying water now leaves the ship in neat, heavy boxes. Giant sailfish.
That's the one that nearly ripped my arms off. Yeah, and now he's paying for your rent.
Before the crew scatters back to their land lives, there's one last gift from the giant sailfish to share among the hunters who earned it.
Smells like victory.
No white tablecloths, no fancy glasses, just simple plates and better company, sharing the last pieces of a fish so big it nearly broke the ship. That's the taste of fight well spent.
That's it. That's the last of them.
At least until next season.
Gear is cleaned and stowed, the tools of war against giants packed away, until the ocean calls them back out again.
That's the one the big sail killed.
Even the broken gear becomes a relic, proof that the monsters out there can hit hard enough to break more than just nerves.
See you when the giants show up again.
You know I'll be here.
The ship falls quiet, but if you look close, you can still see the traces of giants in the marks and stains left behind.
Frozen in a single frame, the moment of victory lives on. A 10,000-kilo monster. For now, the giant hunter rests among ordinary ships, its true nature masked by still water and tide lines.
Out beyond the charts and coordinates, somewhere along another deep edge, more giants cruise.
Next to him, he'll be even bigger in the story.
On the tiny screen, the giant looks almost unreal, but the scars on their hands and the memories in their bones say otherwise.
Somewhere in the dark, the ship waits, steel and wood and memory, ready to carry the next crew of diverse men and women back out.
Cast off lines! Giants are waiting!
In the end, the story of the supergiant sailfish is never really finished.